Somalis now, the Imam said, oh, we cannot call ourselves 100% Muslim no more. 25% every year Muslims are leaving Islam.
For 14 centuries, Muslim leaders have been able to keep their people insulated and isolated from hearing a serious presentation of the gospel and from hearing criticisms of Islam for 14 centuries. And all of a sudden we get down to our time. And I view this as from God. All of a sudden we get down to our time. And it's like God is saying, all right, I'm going to give you all of the sources, all of the materials, everything you need. And I'm going to give you the technology to where now you can reach Muslims in every country on the world, everywhere that has an internet connection. And there are going to be Muslims among you. So how much more obvious does God need to make it that this is the generation that gets to really confront Islam and share the gospel? And so when you see people like Shania and Shino sharing the gospel with a country that is 99.8% Muslim, and they're bringing the gospel to them in their own language and refuting Islam. Guys, if you want to support someone like Shania and Shino here.
Our program being broadcast from last year, and it is historical. It never happened before. It's first time in history, Somali Christian TV. So our program is being broadcast to Somalia, so even Somaliland, Ethiopia, Kenya, all that. And there's millions of Somali living. Somalis are everywhere, even in America, Minneapolis. So many Somali are there. So many Somali are in the UK. People are calling us our live streams. They are fed up with Islam. They're hearing the good news first time in Somali language. So people are shocked. They're listening. They want to see what is going on in their own eye and in their own language, because our people speak Somali. So if we don't reach them, who can reach them? You know, our imams, what they do, the Muslims, they come in front of the camera and they talk about only women. Oh, so-and-so don't have hijab. Allah will punish them. So-and-so will have this and that. Allah will punish them. They don't talk about all the bad things in the Quran and the Hadith. They don't open people's eye. They just brainwashing, reaching millions. Now Somalis, seriously, every day people are leaving. People are leaving Islam. Many people, they cannot come to the live stream. But even now, last 2-3 weeks, we had maybe 7 Somali Christians who come out and saying, we are Somali Christian. We left Islam. So thank God for that. People are leaving, not only becoming Christian, but many are leaving and becoming atheists, Somali nowadays. And Somalis now, the Imam said, oh, we cannot call ourselves 100% Muslim no more. 25% every year Muslims are leaving Islam. And I believe even more are leaving and more will leave. Because when they know the truth will set them free. That's what Jesus said. When you know the truth will set you free. And the truth is only Jesus. It's not Muhammad or Allah. It's Jesus Christ.
We're going to see tons of people leave Islam.
That's what we want to see. What happened to me was when I came to the UK, before I even learned the language, English language, one evening I was sitting in my living room. I was chatting with my family on the internet, and my husband was working because he was a taxi driver. He used to work a lot of hours, nighttime, in the morning early. He used to go and come back like a middle of the night or so on. So what happened was he wasn't there, and I'm chatting with my family, and someone sent me on the chat. Many people I was chatting with a lot of Somali relatives and friends back home, I mean in Sweden, and many of my family, they are all in Europe. All my brothers and sisters, no one is in Somalia now. They're all here in Europe. And what happened was I just chatting with them, and they sent me a video. No church come to me. No one, even 13 years living in the Western country, living in the UK, in Sweden, I mean, and now moved to the UK. I never met any Christian person. No one shared the gospel with me. I did not know anything else than Islam. But that evening, someone sent me a video, and the video had a lot of propaganda, a lot of intro before they even start. There was intro, and the intro was so long, but there was like people reading the Quran. People are so happy. People are shouting Allahu Akbar, and they had their forehead, there's no God, but Allah, Muhammad is his prophet. After that, and the intro stopped, and I've seen a group of men standing, and there was another man sitting in front of this group. And this man, they said he's American. And Nicholas, this young man, sitting with the orange suit, sitting in front of this group, and this group are behind, reading the Quran, reading whatever. And I'm thinking, Are they praying for him? Because most of Arabic, because if they read the Quran, I can understand some of them. But when they speak in Arabic, I don't understand what they're saying because I don't speak Arabic. I'm not Arab person. I'm African. I'm Somali person. I thought they are praying and blessing that man. Because for me, Quran was so holy. I believed with my whole heart, So when they finished reading the Quran, in the name of Allah, and it broke my heart. And I was so angry. What kind of God is Allah? I was so angry to Allah. And I speak in Somali language. Normally, when you pray, you have to pray in Arabic language. You have to memorize and say, but that night I speak to Allah. And I said, what kind of God are you? I don't want to follow you no more. I don't believe you, not believe your book. I felt he's a Satan. This God is a Satan. And his book is a Satan. I don't believe you, Allah. I don't believe your book. And I left Islam and I went to bed crying. And that when I had dream of Jesus, I was standing in front of my house and heaven was open. There was a man coming from heaven and he was shining light, bright. And that light, bright, filled the earth. The light coming through him filled the earth. The light was coming from him. You can see him. He's standing there. He's calling everyone. His voice is so loud, but so gentle. He's calling people and saying, come, all of you. Come, and you will be safe. Come and believe in me. Come, and you will be safe. He's calling people. And I looked to my right hand. I looked to my left hand. Everyone bowed down and worshiped that man, including myself. I bow down and I worship him. And in the morning when I wake up from my dream, I tell my husband what happened last night. I had this dream. The man came from heaven, and everyone, all of us, all the people, bow down and worship that man. Do you think that's Prophet Muhammad or Allah? I wasn't thinking anyone else. Can you believe? All my life, what I knew was Prophet Muhammad. All my life, what I knew was only Quran, being Muslim, Sunni. I didn't hear anything else. And my husband, said, no. I don't think that's Allah because Allah cannot be a man. You said it was a man with the white robe. That cannot be Allah. And I said, okay, Prophet Muhammad. And he said, no. How can you worship Prophet Muhammad? I don't know who you see, but I don't think neither of them. And I didn't know, but I was so happy. In a way, it seems like I'm joyful. But I don't know where to go. I want to know more about this man, but who should I ask? Because I don't even have a clue. So I remember the next night, before I went to bed, all day I was so happy, but I did not pray the 5 prayer that day. Still, I'm like a little bit atheist, because last night I left Islam. Today, I don't know what I believe, because now I had this beautiful dream, but still, I don't know what I believe and who I am. So the next night, before I went to bed, I talked to Allah again in Somali language. And I said, Allah, I'm so sorry last night when I called you Satan. If you are that man we all worship, and you came after me last night when I denounced you and I want to become atheist, you want to save me, please reveal yourself to me. Tell me, is that you or Prophet Muhammad? So the next night, what happened, David? Next night, I had another dream. But this time it's even more clear. My mother gave me Quran and she told me to read the Quran for her because she loved the Quran. She's a Quranic teacher. She teaches the kids and so on. So she told me to read and I did not read from the Quran. I looked my mother's eye and I said, Mom, Jesus is the way, the life, the truth. No man comes to the Father except through him. David, I never hear those words in my life. I never read the Bible in my life. I never went to church in my life, but I could not control myself. My mouth, what is coming, me preaching my mom and just doing like that. Mom, Jesus is the way, the life, the truth. No man comes to the Father except through him. Please believe Jesus. And she was so angry. And she shouted and she said, you become infidel. You are Christian. In my dream, she's telling me, you are Christian. But before she said that, she said, go and give me a glass of water. And I went to the kitchen, bring a glass of water in front of my mother. And after that, even with plate with food, and everything I touch, David, seriously, become cross shape. It is cross. Even water, I try to hide. When I'm doing with my finger like that, it goes back to cross. I'm thinking, what is going on? Tonight I'm saying Jesus is the way, the life, the truth. My mouth coming from that. And now everything I touch, it comes cross. what is this? And my mom left the room, and I get scared on that moment. I thought, oh, they will come. She will tell me what will happen. Because I come from big family. I have 16 siblings. So as soon as she left the room that night, guess who came back to rescue me? Same man I was worshiping the other night. This time he stood in front of me, and he lifted me up. And I can see he was just holding me like that. And I see him as he's my father. And he sees me like his daughter. He's calling me child, my daughter. Fear not, you are with me. I'm holding him like that. Seriously, my dream is like more than dream. I can see the roof of my house. And to the end, we came most beautiful place, David. Heaven is a real place. Brothers and sisters, heaven is real place, and it is most beautiful place. And when he let me just to start there, I just started jumping up and down. It's so beautiful how it look, that place, how it look, the buildings, the houses, the color, the flower, the street of golden. Everything is beyond our imagination. No word to explain. And I said, where am I? Where am I? What is this amazing place? And the Lord said, this is the place I prepare for you and everyone who believe in me. This is heaven, Shania. Welcome. And I'm just holding him. But he's pouring me so much love. He's giving me so much attention. I don't even see other people. The first night, millions of people was worshiping him in front of my house. Tonight, I'm just by myself with my heavenly daddy. I'm just calling him daddy. I'm just holding him, hugging him. And he said, after that, he said, Shania, look over there. And he showed me a screen. This time we did not go that place, but he just showed me on screen like a television. And that place was so dark. And what you see is just smoke coming. Very scary place. And I did not want to look. And I said, what kind of place is that? And he said, all your family are there because they don't believe in me. They're all there. And when he said that, he said, I never leave you nor forsake you. Fear not, my child, because you believe in me. You are with me. You are safe with me. As soon as he said that, my alarm wake me up there. And I jumped from my bed and I went to the internet and Google it. What does that mean? Jesus is the way, the life, the truth. Because I remember now the words I was saying to my mother. Jesus is the way, the life, the truth. And John 14:6 come. I am the way, the life, the truth. No man comes to the Father except through me. That's Jesus himself saying. When I see those words, I cry for happiness. More I fell in love with Jesus. And I asked another question, and I said, how he going to come back? And there was another verse. One day he come from heaven. Every eye will see. Every knee will bow down. Every mouth will confess. Jesus is the Lord. That's what I was doing the other night. Everything I put on there, I get the answer. And there was also another verse, John 3:16. Everyone knows, my brothers and sisters. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. I never hear Allah loving me or Allah loving anyone. And now I fell in love. Now I'm a follower of Christ because I want the gift of God. I need this loving God. Why I follow Allah who's angry with me and I don't know where I'm going if I die as Islam. Now I find out Jesus is giving me salvation through his death and his resurrection.